Oh, another show. Ebro, Laura Rosenberg. Yeah. Subscribe. Hit the like button during the show. Please hit the like button during the show. That gets it going through the algorithm, which means that people who ain't knowing about us might be knowing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, please.
Yeah, and then we got a Patreon, too, if you want to subscribe to that. We got a lot of things happening in the Patreon that don't happen here. And by a lot of things, I mean we're doing an extra show every week, but it's going to grow from there. It's going to grow from there.
I think that's pretty good, though. One full show, that's not nothing.
I know.
No, it's not nothing. It's not nothing.
That's something.
You know, it's something, which means if you're a subscriber, you're getting 4 extra shows a month in total. You know what I'm saying? That's like damn near a week of content.
That's an extra
and
week.
The reason Rosenberg is so passionate about you understanding that is because he doesn't want to give you much more. Let's be honest.
Not yet. Not yet. Because listen, I may be a failed online host, but I know what I don't want to do. Don't want to, because Ebro will get hot if he's in the zone. He'll be like, "Let's just do more right now." And then before you know it, every month they're demanding, we're living a double life. It's like having two families. We can't have a second family right now.
Well, no, and what Rosenberg's talking about is sustainability. Whatever we launch, we got to be able to sustain it and deliver on your expectations. But all that's on the Patreon. Different conversation for a different platform. But if you want to subscribe, please go ahead and do so. The ELR show. Now, Laura,
yes.
On Fridays, we have a different, kind of a slightly different agenda. We don't do we don't do the rundown.
Nope.
But we do the OGs, the original gurus.
Yes, when we get time. And sometimes we dip into a little Family Matters, you know?
Family Matters is a different segment we do here. And then we also have Friday Freedom.
Let's go.
Friday
Freedom's Freedom Friday.
That's right. Big Super Bowl weekend edition. You know there's no Friday Freedom like a pre-Super Bowl Friday Freedom.
Now, are you doing some sort of 7-layer dip celebration this weekend, Rosenberg? Some sort of nacho, Dorito, Tostito, dip chip, sour cream, refried bean, melted cheese thing?
I don't know. You know, Alexa, I've been really on my fruits and veggies and smoothies and healthy proteins since I got back from Saudi Arabia. Sunday, though, we're going to D.C. this weekend. We have not seen my parents in so long. The last time my parents saw the baby, she had no teeth. Now she has 5.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you got to see the parents.
We're going home for a couple of days. But Sunday night, we are going to go to Baltimore. And on our way back, we're going to stop for a night in Baltimore and watch the game with Natalie's best friend, Molly, and her fiance.
Okay.
I don't know what their plan is food-wise. I'm going to be in a go-with-the-flow kind of situation.
Okay.
But I'll tell you one thing about the crowd I'm with. This is a Bad Bunny watching party. This is not really a Super Bowl party.
I like it.
Absolutely.
This is Bad Bunny. That's what we're doing. So
now, it's well documented that I don't believe the Super Bowl is for football fans. The way the game is played, the amount of breaks in the game, how long the halftime is. It's a tough watch if you're really a fan of one of the teams playing.
Yeah.
There's just so many distractions. But do we think the Seahawks and the New England Patriots, two youngish quarterbacks? I mean, Sam Darnold's 8 years in the league or something, 6 years, whatever.
Yeah, but youngish though.
Youngish. And also quarterbacks who've never been in this position before. Maybe head coaches who have never been in this. Well, Vrabel's been in the Super Bowl before.
Not as a coach.
Not as a coach, though. Do we think we're going to see a great game?
I really don't know. I think it'll be a solid game. I think it'll be an engaging, close game. So let me answer your question. Let me change it. Yes, I think it will be a very good and competitive football game. When I look at the rosters of these teams, I'm like, in a few years, are we going to look back and be like, who the hell played in this damn Super Bowl?
Bad Bunny.
I think that's on the table. We may think of it as the Bad Bunny Bowl. But I do think it should be from a football standpoint, even though I could give a rat's ass who wins. I prefer Seattle because I like Sam Darnold, and I don't need the Patriots getting another Super Bowl. But I don't really care very much. I think it'll be a decent football game.
Yeah, I'm passionate to watch the Seahawks win a thing because I know some Seahawks fans who I like, and I like the city of Seattle. And I love the fan base. You know me, if the fan base of a team is really awesome, you know I'm partial. I'm partial. It's like how I am about the Knicks, right? You know what I mean? I love me some Knicks fans. But
Right.
I definitely am with you. I don't want to see New England get another Super Bowl.
I'm
happy that they rebuilt. I like seeing a team put a plan together and rebuild. I love this. But yeah, you don't need to.
I have had a good laugh the last couple of weeks though at both Belichick and Kraft being denied the Hall of Fame on their first try. That has amused me. I will tell you that.
And what's the inside baseball on that?
No, they're not. I mean, Kraft is whatever. Owners getting in is I don't know if anyone.
Is it because he was getting handies down there in Florida?
It's on the table. The Belichick thing is more interesting. There's some people who think he was being punished by some voters for Deflategate.
Okay.
I think there's a chance it's because he made an ass out of himself the last couple of years running around chasing a 22-year-old around. That wouldn't surprise me.
Or all the above.
Because I maintain to this day, I fought with many people about this. If Maya ever came home with a man who was not 10 or 15 years her senior, but 50 years her senior,
oh my God,
I would beat that man to death on the front lawn.
You're going to death. You're going to jail. So now Maya has lost this weird, creepy old man that she loves, and her father's in jail. It's an unfortunate situation for everybody.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that.
But my point is, they're not setting foot in my house. Is the point? It's not an acceptable. Sorry,
well,
it's bizarre behavior.
I think the first thing you should do in that scenario is look yourself in the mirror and say, "How did I fail as a father? Why would my daughter want to be with a man, spend the rest of her life with a man that could basically be her father?"
So wait, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's you're such a good dad and you're an old dad that she's like, I just love having these old guys around. I need to find myself the same thing.
Nah, it's creepy. This is not
Listen,
the right
guys,
this is not
I'm just trying to figure out what it could be.
That you could do all the right things, and your kid's gonna do what they want to do. You could do all the right things.
Yeah, but dating a 25-year-old dating a 70-year-old.
No, I
Laura,
think it's disgusting. Are you kidding
then,
me? I'm with Rosenberg. You come home with something
wrong.
like this?
Laura, something's wrong.
No, but you know what? The truth is, if you dig into it longer, if you actually dig into it, like you watch this thing play out longer, she wasn't the one who got crept on. You know what I'm saying?
She crept on him.
She crept on.
She's taking advantage of him.
It's 100% of her operation.
But what is going on? Is she
but still, she's
money?
off.
What's going on? That's all I'm talking about. What's going on?
But it does make me amend to some degree. It makes my beating the person to death thing even sillier because it's not the same as your 17-year-old came home with a 30-year-old and you're going, oh my God, this is wrong. She's being taken advantage of. It's more, why is my daughter like mean and conniving on this old man who clearly has gotten none his whole life and now has him running around looking like a fool? Laura, this man was as serious a man as you could find in sports was this guy. Like, I think, Ebro, you would agree, no question, intimidating, serious, smart, and he literally
respected,
deeply respected. He brought his 23-year-old girlfriend. First of all, he took a bizarro job at North Carolina, brings her down there, and she's walking around on the sidelines in like heels and tight skirts. It's things that are just like no one would do.
Yo, and by the way, I don't know how. I mean, she's of age, so it's not illegal.
No, she's of age.
But it's still creepy. I don't know how North Carolina's letting this happen. I don't know how this is okay for a college.
And he's okay with it.
And
he's
how?
Like,
and she's not a student, right? She's not a student.
No, it can't be.
No. She was done. He met her when she was a student, I think, somewhere when he was giving a speech, and then they started dating.
But not there.
Later.
Oh,
no,
so
but not
gross.
there. I mean, she wasn't it's just
hit the
weird.
button, man. It's all bad. Hit the button.
It's
no matter how you cut it.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I also have been told I need to give a shout out to Queens today.
Okay.
Because I am told that the Colisseum is closing. You guys know that?
Is closing?
No way. I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
Well,
it doesn't surprise me, but still.
This has been going on for a while.
But now it's official, Rosenberg.
It's. I'm being told the Coliseum is now officially. Let me see. What's it called officially? The Coliseum.
What are they
It
gonna
actually,
change?
Mall?
no, it says Jamaica Coliseum Mall in Queens.
Yeah, it's
Cultural
closing.
landmark for its jewelry stores and fashion. It closed January 31st, permanently closed after 40 years in operation due to redevelopment
it's done.
plans for the area. Yeah. No, It
Yeah.
was closed a few days ago. Opened in 1984. I mean, yeah, it's Coliseum Mall, man.
Wow,
That's
it's
where people used
done.
to go get gold fronts, gold and fashion, all that. But you know, they're trying to they're redoing that whole area. And the stores, listen, man, we hold on to nostalgia, and I get it.
But it's also
But
it's another step to the area. Just feel, when places like that are gone altogether, man. It's tough because it just means less
it's
people
emotional.
around.
Yes,
But it's
less
also
culture,
just bad. It's bad.
But it's less culture. But I think, listen, the Coliseum Mall had 1, 2, skip a few stores for a minute. Like there was a lot of stores that just weren't open.
Ebro, you're going too far with the 1, 2 skip it. It's out of control now.
It's the best way to describe things that are just like not fully there. You know what I'm saying?
1, 2 skip a few stores. He's right
But you know
though.
that's
It was
He's not wrong.
No,
No, it was
my
empty.
dad used to say. My dad used to see people and be like, "Look, they got 1, 2, skip a few teeth."
teeth. I knew it would
Like
be
when
teeth.
people, it was teeth. It started with teeth. That's how I was introduced to it.
That's foul.
That's how I was introduced.
No,
to it. All right,
this
ladies
is
and gentlemen,
the end. Your sneakers,
I think-
your jewelry, your
No, it's a wrap.
mixtapes.
it's
I
a
know
wrap.
It's sad.
Well, listen,
Sad.
if you were still buying mixtapes at the Coliseum Mall,
Congratulations, you played yourself.
No, back in the
yo,
day,
people,
though,
they don't even. Yo, who was making those mixtapes?
DJs.
Which DJ in 2026 was still putting
still.
mixtapes?
Oh, still. Still.
This
Congratulations,
is a bootleg upon
you
bootleg
played
upon
yourself.
bootleg.
Nah,
man.
I need to know you. If you're a DJ out there and you were still selling tapes at the Coliseum Mall in 2025, 26, I need to meet you.
Maybe
Oh
some
my
developer will buy
God.
it and bring it back better.
No,
though.
already bought probably, and already they have plans to.
I'm sure
to change
something will
this
be there.
whole
It'll be
thing.
better. Yeah.
It's gonna be
Well,
a luxury condo.
by the way, if you don't know what happens next, this is where people get pushed out of the area, priced out of the area, and the complexion generally changes. So,
And the name of the
Buckle up.
neighborhood will change
and
too.
they might rename the whole thing.
Man,
This is America, people.
this is America,
Yeah.
folks. Happy
This is
Friday.
America, people. And I would implore you, in this time, if you're emotional about changes going on in your neighborhood or any neighborhood, I would implore you to use this opportunity to teach your children why it's happening and what to do when it's happening. And also ways to prevent it from happening if you live in a neighborhood where you want to, have generational property ownership, wealth, et cetera, et cetera.
And
Because
ask,
people talk.
is this the
Well, no,
place
I was
you
ju-
want to be there?
Well,
Do you actually
that's-
want to stay around?
Well, that's why, because a lot of people have left and a lot of money has left these areas. So that's why, look, if nobody's going to the Coliseum Mall to go shopping, the stores aren't staying open. So if you're mad about it closing, ask yourself the last time you went there to go shopping.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on us. If we want
When did
these
you
things
last?
to
When did
function,
you go get some bamboo earrings? When did you go get a starter jacket? When did you go get some beef and broccolis? You know what I mean? When did you support? It's a great question.
It's a great question. Listen, I think we should go Friday Freedom first on the docket. What do you guys
I
feel?
love it. I love.
Let's
Friday
do it.
Freedom.
Let's do it.
All right, Friday Freedom. We got music.
I'm playing a bed.
Yo, I like a bed for a transition.
Yeah.
We
Give it
should
some-
do that more often.
Well, I figured out I
Well,
can legally at least use the beds for my album.
All right.
So here we go. I got some good beats on.
Well, anytime we transition topics, I love a beat change.
All right.
Friday Freedom. Freedom Friday. Ebro Rosenberg at Gmail. Voice notes, emails. Hell, even now, we might even be able to take videos. If you want to send a video talking and you
Yeah.
want to be featured on the Ebro Rosenberg.
Okay.
Facts. Keep it tight. Keep those to a
Yep.
minute or maximum.
Or don't. And be prepared to be hit with this.
Yeah, exactly. You'll get played off.
Or don't. All right, here we go.
All right.
Friday Freedom. Where you want to start, Rosenberg or Laura? Laura, you go first.
I got an email from Aaron, okay? Hey, squad. I just wanted to give you guys a shout out on your new show. I started listening just before the election in 2024 and got pulled in by Whitish Wednesday. It was fun, hilarious, but I stayed for the politics. I would listen on my commute to work. You guys have exposed me to new things. I'll admit, I didn't know a single Kendrick Lamar song before I started listening to the show. I'm a 41-year-old half Puerto Rican woman who grew up in a very white neighborhood in Long Island. Thank you guys for standing up for what's right. In a time when hate and greed is so acceptable and visible, it's important for you guys to continue to be a loud voice for those of us who care about other people. Please continue to shine the spotlight on the things they don't want us to see. I don't really listen to podcasts, but I'm trying to tune in you guys on YouTube. I'm here. I love all three of you. So here is, she says, here is me at my first ever protest over the summer. I guess she shared a photo. And I want to continue to be involved because everything that is happening is not okay. Aw, Aaron, sending you a lot of love. That was nice.
Yo, that was super nice. And I'm
nice.
glad you at this time in your life have still found it in yourself to have purpose and, be someone who wants to contribute positive to your world, to the world around you. That's dope. Because, if you're like me, you get to a certain age where you're like, F everybody. I'm going to just go sit on my little compound and no Wi-Fi. I don't know. I've been talking a lot about this. You're going to hear a lot if you listen to the ELR show. It's going to be called the off-ramp conversation.
Oh, I like this.
Where's the off-ramp, Rosenberg? When do we get off this? When do we get off this highway? How do we get off this highway?
Right, because in theory, if you're on a ramp, you should have the opportunity to get off. Is what you're saying. If you're on a highway, you got to be able to get off.
That's right. And we're on a highway. We're on an expressway.
No, highway to hell.
I was just gonna do the Satan joke. I don't need Satan on the program right now, but you know what I'm saying?
Why? Come visit. Highway to my house.
I don't want that off ramp. Satan, I don't want that off ramp.
Exit 666. Straight to hell.
Chill. Yo, it'd be crazy if when possibly this show fails, right? And all of the people who are offended by us doing the Satan joke are like, see, you shouldn't have played with Satan.
I'm seeing it seems like it's overwhelming Satan support, but the people, I don't say Satan, the devil. I think there is a difference between saying Satan and the devil.
Is there?
Giving him a name makes it sound more, I don't know, something or other. But I will say this. Overwhelmingly, it's love and support. People enjoy the devil and don't take it that seriously. But the people who do hate it,
bro, they're serious.
They're like, please stop.
Yeah. I'm very offended.
Well, and by the way, if we wouldn't have called that voice the devil or Satan and we would have called it the Grim Reaper, they probably would have been okay with it.
Or just if we'd found another way to describe what it's doing, which is like always erring on the side of, bad and wrong, it probably could have survived. I mean, in the eyes of those people.
In the voice note space, we have now a British correspondent, our buddy Stuart. Remember
he's
Stuart?
back again?
He's back again? Yeah, I want to hear what he has to say.
Rosenberg. It's Stuart, your British correspondent. Got some questions. I know you like the old politics, and you are now worldwide because you're on the internet finally. Apparently, not been on there before, but it's the World Wide Web, so you need a British correspondent. And I've got questions. What is going on with Trump and this Greenland thing? Why is he now threatening the UK and the European Union with these tariffs if we don't just let him have his way like he did with the children with the Greenland? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Just wonder if you could, share some of your wisdom and all your knowledge and let us know. But yeah, it's madness to me. I don't know why he's threatening, and he's just trying to be a big bully, I think, and just take things by force, which, is kind of his game, isn't it? We already about him. Anyway, keep doing what you're doing. Bloody love it, I do. Right. See you later. Bye.
Later.
Bye.
So clearly that was from a few weeks ago. We just got to it, Stuart. Nothing's happening with the Greenland thing. It's a hustle for his billionaire buddies to try to steal resources from Greenland. That's all it is. And if you notice over the last couple of weeks, And yeah, he folded. Trump always chickens out. It was a big nothing burger. It was really to distract from these files.
Everything's a distraction for it.
That's what it really was. Because guess what? The United States already has access to Greenland.
It's so stupid. It's beyond. And did you see the clip of him saying, like, why do we keep coming back to these files? They should just go away already. Like, why?
Yeah, we got to get that at some point. And him talking about why he likes Bill Clinton. You guys see that?
Yes.
Oh no, we have that. We have that video.
We got to play that.
Because you know they were suspecting that he's an admirer of Bill Clinton's junk. That was in the files. Remember that?
I forgot about that. That's the thing?
Yes.
His schlong?
It bothers me that somebody's going after Bill Clinton. See, I like Bill Clinton. I still like Bill.
What do you like about him?
I liked his behavior toward me. I thought he got me. He understood me.
No, that's really all you need.
Me.
No, that's really
It's nice to me.
That's one of the illest things about Trump is that unlike most villains, he's not cerebral enough to ever keep things close to the vest. He just tells you. He'll let you know from the beginning where he's actually going because he can't help himself. Why do you like Clinton? You think he'd come up with some answer? Well, he respects the office, blah, blah, blah. There's no need.
No.
He's nice to me.
So the internet's ran with a story. It hasn't been, this is all just internet talk. I just re-looked at it again to make sure I was saying it right.
All right.
That Donald Trump gave dome at a party to Bill Clinton.
Oh,
all right. That feels like a reach. I would be honest.
It feels like a lot.
Now, I agree with y'all, but simultaneously, the things we are learning in these files and the things that were going on at these parties.
I mean,
I
you're right.
wouldn't be surprised.
I think a bit I just think he's scared of what he's going to say. I think that deep down.
Well, you're thinking logically. I'm thinking about these Epstein files where we keep being inundated with the wildest of wild stories.
It's so funny.
It's going to be really interesting with Bill and Hillary testify.
Yeah, and I wonder how much Hillary has. Like, does Hillary really know that much? And is Bill going to keep it a buck? You know what I mean?
They'll be under oath. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
Because Bill definitely saw some stuff. I got to tell you, Trump strikes me as a lot of things. Down low, sucking the D. He does not give that.
Guys.
I don't see that either, but
in the chat when this video goes up, you're gonna see probably many people talking about Sasha Riley. Remember the Sasha Riley story?
Yeah.
That was he was sexually abused, according to him, by Donald Trump.
Sasha Riley is a man. And he was sexually abused by Donald Trump.
Yes.
In Epstein Island?
I don't know if it was on the island, but
part of that whole mess.
Yeah,
yes.
Part of it. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. All right.
All right, let's go back. Let me hit a Friday Freedom.
Yeah, let's go.
Email. Here we go, guys. Rosenberg's back on the analyzing block. Rosenberg, I want to be clear that this message comes from a place of deep listening.
Okay.
And some observation with love.
Okay.
I've been on the fence with you for a while, and I think
it's a long email. I saw this one.
I think it's important to explain why. Much of how you speak, particularly about professional disappointment, public perception, and accountability, comes from a place of privilege, even if that's not your intention. Well, of course, that's how privilege. Anyways, I began questioning things more seriously when you spoke about how hurt you felt by the way a previous employer failed to send you off as you believe you deserved. I understand that disappointment, but I need you to understand something in return. For many minorities who are highly qualified, well-educated, and still underemployed or undervalued, that experience isn't a defining injustice. It's just a Tuesday. That's what doing the dance actually means. It's not situational, it's generational. I've been doing that dance in higher education for over 30 years. My parents did it before me in manufacturing. We learn early how to manage tone, expectations, and survival in professional spaces that were never designed with us in mind. And the hardest part, when it's all said and done, you can opt out. Many of us never get that option. All right, that's the first part. She goes on to a different topic. So can I just respond to that part real quick?
Of course.
Go for it, P.
I'm not sure why you think I wouldn't completely agree, empathize, and know that that's the case for all of my friends and people that I love of color, particularly black people. Of course I
don't
know
think
that.
that's what she's saying. I don't think that's what she's saying.
But she said, I need you to know, like,
why she's been on the fence about you. What she's trying to articulate in the email is what it is about you, Rosenberg, and how you handle things that made her be on the fence. And now, in the moment where you articulated your displeasure,
I assume she's talking about hot.
Yeah, with
right?
hot, how your displeasure with that. What I'm interpreting her saying is now I've identified what it is about you that kind of had me on the fence about you. And so she's trying to articulate to you the privilege that you transmit. And that's why she was on the fence about you. Not that she doesn't like you, but what it is.
No,
so
I get,
that moment, that's what she's saying. Not that you don't understand what she's saying, but
that in the moment I was just literally, first of all, I didn't see that as a life-defying injustice by any means. I don't sit here and talk about it every day. In the moments of our unceremonial dismissal, I was apt to compare it to friends of ours, colleagues, who were given a chance to say goodbye. That's all. I knew we wouldn't get it.
But remember, when we talked about this, if she's talking about the time where I was saying, it is what it is, and we move on. The contrast of me being like, they don't really owe us nothing. It is what it is. We did our 1-2, we out of there. The contrast of that, I think, is what sparked her email.
And I hear that. I would argue, I would present, I don't know if in this specific case that was because of Ebro's experience as a black man in America and mine of privilege, but how we viewed that whole situation differently for a long time. Maybe it is. Listen, that's the thing about privilege. It's baked in. So I can't, as someone who's of privilege, I obviously can't recognize the way the privilege affects me in every moment. You know what I'm saying? It's built into America. It's in the DNA of who I am. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I don't recognize it as privilege at every moment, but if we want to stop and have a conversation, I can certainly look back and see how one could view it that way.
Well, but also while we're on this, I was actually gonna ask that we bring this email to its own show because it's so layered. There's so many layers to it. It's its own conversation. I was actually for the greater conversation about people of privilege in society, no matter what your privilege is, right? Whether you're a beautiful woman, a good-looking man, a white person, a fair-skinned black person, hell, a man in general who's more privileged than a woman, whatever your privilege is, those that don't have privilege, that's what they're asking of us.
Is which part?
Is to work on recognizing our privilege in real time. To start to really, really not be self-centered. That's what the real ask is. The real ask is to be aware of that privilege more often.
Okay. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? But that's not what her email's about.
In the moment of
that's
being
not what
fired,
her email's about.
Tough. It's a tough ask, but in general life, I think that is what is needed of people of privilege is to recognize.
Yeah, I was just
privilege.
applying it to general society, not to us. That's all.
All right.
She also says the Don Lemon commentary has also been difficult to hear. I understand some of the criticism, and I understand the frustration, especially knowing how long he had to navigate CNN. But again, this is where the disconnect shows. Don didn't just play the game. He endured the dance for years because he had to. Watching his arrest minimized, particularly by people who claim friendship or allyship, felt painfully familiar. Just last Friday, I heard another white man downplay Don's arrest in a way that mirrored the same dismissive tone. He was educated. He was a, quote, friend. I don't know why friend is in quotes. And it landed exactly the same. I'll say this carefully. There are moments when your critiques of Don feel harsher than the grace you extend to others. And I'm actively trying not to judge you the way you so easily judge him. I also notice what feels like an unspoken comparison with Ebro. An admiration, yes, but also a tension that reads as envy, rooted more in privilege than lived experience. You love him, but at times it feels like there's a wish to occupy the same space without fully acknowledging the cost of getting there. Lady, you might be too smart for me to have this conversation. I just got to keep it a bean with you. I'm trying hard here, but listening to the first show in the new studio, beautiful space, by the way, it struck me that you still don't fully get it. And that's okay if you're willing to learn. That's why I genuinely hope Ebro and Laura continue to push, challenge, and educate you. Not as criticism, but as growth. I'm sharing this because accountability matters, especially when you have a platform. I'm watching, I'm listening, I'm rooting for more awareness, not less. On a lighter note, Ebro, I'm watching Tehran and loving it. I believe you recommended it, and it's absolutely hitting the mark. Rosenberg, I'm with you on Nikki. We stand together there. So that's my growth. My brother's also a huge WWE fan, so that made me smile. And regarding last week's letter and the complaint you raised, I stand with you on that as well. Respectfully and genuine love for all three of you. Well, it's easier.
That was a thoughtful email.
Nice.
A very super thoughtful email, and easier for you to stand on the issue that doesn't relate to you. That was the point. That was the point of when we discussed that in the first place. Remember, because she's referring to the one about me being accused of Islamophobia.
Oh, right.
And so it's easier. I think it is easier to stand with people when you don't feel like you're the person affected by it. Listen, I 100% believe that as a white person of privilege and someone who's loud and outspoken, I will have to work forever to be more empathetic, understanding, and aware of my privilege. And at times, I'm sure I will miss the mark. And at times, I'm sure I have biases that are built in the way everyone does that I have to actively work against. I would also push back to this clearly super informed and smart listener to your own perspective, to the perspective at which you are holding me to. And granted, I should be held to a different place as a white person in this space. But I think your own biases have to be also factored in here into the way that you interpret me. Like, that's just being honest and realistic. I'm sorry, she's not coming at me from a place of complete objectivity and hearing us all the same way. You're not. You're hearing my voice, tone, and my experience in a certain way as well.
Well, sometimes I think especially now that we're on video, full content
show
on video. Yeah. Our nuances, our subtleties, our inconsistencies will be on a larger display.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
The things that agitate you that maybe you're not articulating when you open your mouth. And so some of the critiques we'll get over time will be people watching us and making judgments based on our body language, our attitude, our tones, all of those things, right? Because when you're doing a like you said, when we're doing commentary, we're emotional, we're what's that called, improvisational. None of this is scripted. We're live. This is it. So your flaws and blind spots are there, right? And
they're
the way
coming
that
out no matter what. Yeah.
No, you can't hide, B. You couldn't hide on live radio really either.
But it's easier to be quiet and have it go away.
That's right. Now you can't hide your face.
And the audience and the audience, you get everything, but you don't get everything. Literally yesterday's show, Ebro and I were fucking bitching at each other and fighting till the second the show started about nothing of significance. Nothing.
Oh, that was 2 days ago.
Or 2 days ago. Fighting till the second. It's like, all right, and we're on. And unquestionably, that's just one example of how, like, our moods and dynamics will be affected by being around each other early. And we are now in a working relationship of depending on each other for our livelihood constantly, even more than before, which brings its own pressure, its own thoughts, its own emotions, plus our real life friendships, all these things that are factored in that you won't necessarily know. And so you could hear an argument and think it's about one thing and not realize there may be something else that you're not aware of as the audience. And I can't put that on you. It's not their job to know all of the inner workings. And by the way, maybe I do with Don Lemon. Maybe there is some deep-seated thing that I can't read that relates to bias, and maybe a reverse version of that for Ebro and Don Lemon. A relatability.
No. You don't like Don Lemon because he's pompous and arrogant. It has nothing to do with his professionalism as a journalist or his capabilities as a journalist. He's kind of elitist and condescending.
That's just, and as Ebro pointed out brilliantly the other day, back in the day, everyone felt that way, and most people just forgot.
But guess what?
I don't let go. That's my problem.
But I know so, and I have the ability to know why he's like that, right? And also understand he's also a gay black man who's elitist.
Yeah.
He's an elitist gay black man who's a little condescending, pompous, educated, and that's off-putting for people. I get that. It doesn't bother me.
But maybe it factors in.
And he's a different version of himself now. Now people are like, oh, he's with us.
Right, that's the part that I guess always I'm like.
That's because the landscape has changed in many ways.
Yes.
That doesn't change.
But the
who he is
lady's
as a
point,
person.
the emailer's point about what she was saying about me is interesting with Don Lemon, because maybe some of what makes him that way was part of his version of doing the dance for all those years at CNN. I have to puff up my chest extra big and let everyone know how smart I am. Whereas Chris Cuomo didn't have to do that. He was a white guy. His name's Cuomo. He gets to be himself. Turns out he went the other way and is a big old douchebag. But at the time, I thought I liked his energy.
Here's the other part, relatability. The emailer knows what Don Lemon is going through and can relate to who Don Lemon is and what he is dealing with. Isn't going to judge him the same way someone who doesn't either relate or doesn't care or isn't thinking about that is going to relate to him. So but those are biases. That it doesn't make those not.
But isn't
biases.
that tied into the way that this woman receives me also?
Yeah, but you have privilege. So remember, when you're the privileged person, the person with the job, the person with the power, the person with the look, the person with the thing that makes you powerful in whatever society dynamic you're in, those without it wish that you would think more of your privilege and not weaponize it. Or not be flippant about someone else's lack of.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? And so there's an added pressure to privileged people, right? And I'm saying this as a light-skinned black person. I've had to analyze this my whole life. Why don't these black people like me? Well, you light-skinned, so they see you as privileged. So they're not going to like you for no reason. It's social programming. They're not going to like your tone of voice. They're not going to like, you're not black enough, but you're not white enough. I've lived this. I've walked this life, not as a white person, but as a privileged black person. Oh, you're tall. Oh, people think you're good looking. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. You're athletic. I hate your fucking guts. Get the fuck out. And I'm like, I see where this could be annoying. Why you always laughing? What you so happy about? Ain't shit funny. Shut up, light bright. Shut up, yellow. I've been dealing with since I was a child. Oh, you think you're stuck up? I didn't even say anything. I was just standing here. Oh, you think you better than everybody? I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's ill, bro.
Right, but once again, it's because something hurt them. Something is hurting that person. They are dealing with something that you don't have to deal with. And so because you don't, and most people will go, well, it ain't my responsibility. It ain't my responsibility to be concerned with what everybody else is dealing with. That's a valid take. But when you're a privileged person, I'm the kind of person that's like, let me take that into account and be a little bit more conscious.
But I'd hope the emailer would know I am literally the opposite of a person who believes that the attitude should be, but that's not my problem. I believe it is all of our problem.
But I think that's why they rock with you, because they know that what they're pointing out is your blind spots.
Man. No, I hear it.
Man,
detailed ass blind spots.
That's why I didn't want to get into that email, because it's its own show.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Sorry,
but of course, Rosenberg wanting to talk about himself. Everything's about him. He went right to the email that's all about him.
More privilege. It looked interesting, but you're right. It is its own animal.
It's its own animal, and it's so deep. And with that, because Rosenberg took up all
No,
the time, we can't
play
even
another
get,
voice
Listen,
note
we're
at
running
least.
out of time. Okay,
You got
we'll
one
close
more
out with a
voice
voice
Yeah,
note?
let's at least.
Pick one, Laura, please.
Oh my God, hold on, let me go back there. Let us go with
Go to the newest one. How about that one?
yeah. Dennis.
Oh, I don't even see Dennis.
Oh.
Dennis is the oldest one. Oh, no, that's...
Hey, what is up, Ebro, Laura, and Rosenberg, your so-called AI guy here from Europe. I thought to add some of my own background music in case Rosenberg hasn't added any to the show, but I am not AI, I am an actual person. I don't like my voice either, but I just wanted to show you guys some love again and tell you that I'm very glad to have found you again. Thanks for playing my message in one of your last episodes on your previous endeavor, but I was shocked not hearing from you in the last weeks of previous year. I thought maybe it was due to the holidays, but a few weeks into the new year, still not having heard anything.
My guy, we didn't call you AI because we don't like your voice. We called you AI because it sounds like there's a translator translating your message or something. It sounds mad edited. Why is it cut like that? Why is it edited so sharp? All of that. But I appreciate the effort, and we appreciate you participating in the show. Hot Rod Rick sent a up-to-the-time voice message called out Friday Freedom. Let's get to it.
All right, here we go. Rick?
Goonie. Let's do it.
Hey, yo, Goonie Goons, have no fear. Hot Rod Rick is here, bruh. And, yo, you already know the Benito Bowl 3 days away, Goonies. Aye. Let's go. Y'all ain't ready. Go Seahawks, you heard? Benito Bowl.
He's just talking. He's literally just yelling.
He's dancing.
You think he's been drinking?
Love what y'all doing, you heard? Love the whole studio vibes. Y'all got big plans, and y'all already know the biggest shark out here. There's blood in the water, man. Love y'all and all the listeners, everybody. Y'all know I'm still here, Goons. And Ebro, you already know. Make sure they all follow me on Instagram, Goons. Love y'all, man.
Yo, thanks,
Enjoy
Hot
y'all
Rod Rick.
weekend.
All right. Here we are. It's blood in the water. Wow. Can we use the Jaws theme? No.
I mean,
Yeah, we
like
can.
it's not free though. That's not.
Griff
that's not
says
public
yes.
domain.
I think so.
Public
It's kinda,
domain.
it feels like that's. I mean, just a few seconds. Like I don't think you play the whole thing.
Right. It's possible.
All right.
He said Griff says 40 years old might be public domain. Well, we'll add that to the blood in the water conversation.
Well, I mean, this is in public domain, and we use it.
Family Matters time.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Love and tradition of the grand design. Some people say
That's so 80s.
harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gems.
I can't believe I missed the last episode of Family Matters. The actual trip to Disney on Ice.
Dreams, real love bursting out of every scene.
Are you sad?
I was a little sad, but I was also happy because it was really nice to see you guys hanging out with my family while I was gone. And it's been, it's been some tough sledding around here these days. So you guys...
Literally sledding. Literally
sledding. But seeing you guys take care of her, Ebro literally showing up, picking her up, bringing an extra Duna to take Maya. I was very touched by it, actually. And you got quality time with Maya for the first time. Ebro, did you get a little time with young MYA?
Yeah, me and MJ hung a little bit. A little here, what was that called? Cooing with the baby. We did a small.
I heard
coo,
she
but
wasn't.
my-
I heard she wasn't scared of you, which makes you different than Ricardo, who takes. He has to warm up every time. She's like every time she's like, I don't know about this.
I
guy."
know. It takes a few minutes, and then later they're partying. I have a video of
He
them
wants
like
to be
fist bumping
friends.
together.
He wants to be like Ricardo's so fun loving and friendly. And for some reason, she just always needs a second to go. Let me suss you out.
I think the problem
size
is
you up.
Ricardo's. I think Ricardo's trying too hard.
Right, you got to lay back.
So we were in
Yeah.
the Thai restaurant. Maya's over there sitting in her chair. Ken's is, sitting across from me. Laura, Selassie sitting next to me.
Laura had to
my
keep
left,
space
Jazz.
between Kenza and Maya, or Kenza might not let her eat. She might be in her
No,
face
they
the
were
whole meal.
they were in pretty close proximity, but it wasn't too crazy. But Ricardo gets up, walks around the table, kneels down, and tries to get on the same level with Maya and have a convo while she's sitting in a chair. And then Maya, for a second, was cool, and then ultimately she's like, like, why you in my face, bro? Like, relax.
You got to play it cool with her.
I think Maya is just on some cool-ish. Like, all right, man, just be regular, bro. Like,
don't treat me like I'm a regular baby. Like, just pretend I'm a regular
why
baby.
Why you acting like you ain't never been around a baby before, bro? Like, now, no, Maya was chilling the whole time, which was great, and then we had a good time. But my hands were full, so I couldn't really, I'm managing it. I got toddler, I got Jazz with toddler. I got ordering food.
Getting people to and fro.
Carrying. I got and it was cold. You know what I mean? It was, so parking car, getting children in car in frigid weather.
Yeah.
Making sure it's a lot going on. So I didn't really get to like hang, but maybe next time.
I had a go ahead. You go ahead.
No, go ahead, Rosenberg. I was just gonna jump to my Family Matters. I loaded up some new Black History Month Selassie content.
Oh, I want to see this.
Oh, is this the
Black History Month? Put that on your shirt. Starting the month off strong. Let me see you do this. Yeah, strong. You look good.
What? Why she remind me of my man from Do the Right Thing, Malcolm.
She was like,
So she didn't really stutter though, but it's just saying the name reminded me of that. Martin.
Cute.
That video is so cute. I saw it the other day. I was just gonna say yesterday I almost reached out to. I realized I almost had to reach out to my friend Jeff, who doesn't have kids, because I have been having such a hard time, just like my level of fatigue and constant doing things. Natalie's now been sick the last 2 days. So basically from the second I got home, where it was already expected I got to pick up a little slack, to now Natalie's out. She's down for the count. So I'm doing everything plus the working between everything. Yeah. Plus we introduced the studio. Life. We introduced the studio this week, which ironically and somehow perfectly is right next to where the old studio was. So I'm back on the train. It is nasty in my neighborhood. It is terrible. And the second I get home from my second job, baby, go. And then by the time I finish dishes and kind of stop and look around, I'm like, it's 10:20. I just got to do it again tomorrow. And I realized I can't reach out to my friends with other young children because they're just going to be like, So I realized I got to call my man who has no kids. He will appreciate how death this sounds like because I can't share it. Like, Ebro can't hear it. Like, that's every day. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
My only advice to you is don't look for an off-ramp talk. Don't look for an off-ramp.
No, there is. What would the off-ramp even be? Even when I had
literally at 10:20 when you sit down and you lay down, or whatever it is, when you get that time, you try to develop the ability in your mind to flip a switch that makes you convince yourself that you are on a mini vacation for the next
hour. Yeah, well,
whatever it is. I mean, find it. Whatever brings you joy when you sit down, whatever that is, get to it.
Because, just enjoy that the baby's asleep.
That's right.
Enjoy
even though the baby's healthy.
No, we had our first year appointment and everything was fantastic.
Great.
Not only that, to see a child of mine who is in the better height percentile than weight percentile. Nah, it couldn't be going better. She didn't even get my genes. It's fantastic. So it's a hard thing because I'm so overjoyed and in love with this child. And as today's a day we celebrate J. Cole, I've already been celebrating For Your Eyes Only because that album hits so different now that I'm a dad.
Right.
So no, it's amazing. It's just so bleeping hard, and there are days where I'm just like, and then my dog, I couldn't thank God more that Bear is alive and well. I'm so truly grateful. And he's driving me up the friggin' wall with this snow and ice. He has no interest. I'm taking him outside. He wants to do nothing. You're walking around in the freezing cold for 50. And I'm like, just fucking go potty. Just fucking. If you saw me, no, people would see me and be like, I think this guy's abusive to his dog. I think that guy hates his dog. He's screaming at him on the street right now. So, yeah, no, just my family matters, just having a moment to be like, yes, King, yes. This is just hard.
The other thing, too, is when you travel and you come off those long trips like that, it's going to take you 2 weeks to get right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Because you land and you're right back in it. There is no because people think, oh, you traveled. Because people say, oh, you going to Saudi Arabia? How was it? You'll be like, I mean, it was cool. I worked. It was work. Like, I didn't chill. There was no chilling. I was on a schedule, right? People are like, oh, you going to the Super Bowl? Like, ooh. And you're like, yeah, Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to work. Right.
I'm on.
No,
right.
on the whole time. And
whole time, not drinking. You know what I mean? Talking to people, shaking hands, getting here, getting there, making sure it happens. All of that.
Really not drinking in Saudi Arabia. Speaking of Ebro's work, by the way, I forgot to mention Ebro yesterday. Dipperstein is out there. I don't know if you run into him. Dipperstein's out there running around with Seth Rollins from WWE. And
I saw him last year. I haven't been in the room.
Yeah, but you haven't been in the room yet. He was walking through the room yesterday and overheard someone from Apple talking to security. Like, we need Ebro's credentials to be just right. Ebro needs him. We have to make sure that Ebro and Dip was like, thought it was hilarious and immediately said,
who that was, Laura. You know who that probably was.
Yep.
Who?
Tiffany, who works on.
No. Well, I think it was a guy. So someone wearing wearing Apple clothing. Someone was wearing Apple merch.
I don't know.
No, someone was handling it. And
maybe Tiffany sent them.
No, and Dip said he stuck his nose right in and went, what did Ebro do now? right in the middle of the conversation. He couldn't resist. He just thought there was actual panic to make sure Ebro was right. And I'm like, well, listen, he's got to do the big press. They probably were talking about getting to the press conference area.
Well, the press conference was yesterday. Yeah, that's what it was. The press conference was yesterday. Which it was great having Benito up there. Was awesome. We didn't have time to get to any clips from that, but we'll do that next week on the show after the Super Bowl plus show highlights.
We need Benito in the studio one day, by the way. I'm asking you to pull the trigger on that one day.
One day.
I don't know if I'm at that. I mean, let's have a great relationship with him, but I don't know if a lot of people aren't processing. You guys know Benito is an independent artist.
Yeah. Yes,
I mean, his
a lot of people don't
is, I think,
know
with
that.
Sony or whatever, but
that's crazy.
This is their operation. Full stop.
Yeah.
Bruh, to be at this level.
This isn't like he's signing some label and there's it's him, his manager, Noah, and that's the thing.
Yo, it's and he had one of the greatest, this is one of the greatest weeks we've ever seen. We've literally never seen anything like this before. To win Album of the Year and then hit the Super Bowl. And they couldn't have been sure. He didn't know he was hitting Album of the Year. Also, do you guys notice, in addition
the first Spanish language?
Yeah, how would you ever know that's going to...
Oh, at a time when people are, basically abusing and terrorizing Spanish people who speak Spanish and come from Spanish-speaking countries? And are treating Puerto Rico like it's not even a part of the United States. You think him and his team was like, yeah, we got this locked down.
Yeah, exactly. Now, did you notice, in addition to Benito sitting by himself, did you guys notice also he looked very big physically?
Like tall?
Yeah. In his shoulders. His traps. He looked. Go back and watch it.
He does fitness.
Is he as tall as you, Ebro?
Yeah, easy.
No, but just go look. Just go look. He looks different. Because I've seen him a lot. Obviously, I've seen him wrestle. I've seen him. There's something.
I think he's in a fitness. He's in a fitness zone right now. I think. Remember, I think he's gearing up for something.
Okay.
A wrestling comeback?
I don't know what the something.
Oh wait, he hasn't hit the world tour yet, right?
Yeah, he goes to Europe next. He just said that at the press conference yesterday.
Oh, so now it's for the world tour. Okay.
And he's never been to Europe. He's never been to
Spain.
Yeah, he just wrapped up all of Central and South America.
He's single again, right?
I don't know why you want me to tell him you're interested.
No, I'm just curious about the kind of time this guy's about to have out here.
Single, yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean,
man.
is he?
Nah,
we
he
don't
can't.
know. Wait,
He can't even allow.
singlish?
He's also like, if he's actually single, he's at a point of so famous, you can't even move around normal at all.
Look,
There's
Griff's
no such
all
thing.
in his business. Yeah, he's single. He wore a ring at the Grammys, but he reps he is single. Like, all right, guys, listen, when they're ready to let us know, they'll let us know.
Well, I mean, he was with Kendall Jenner, though. Because, no, he was with Kendall Jenner. So
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
So was, there's a
no,
list.
I don't
there.
like that. I don't like what you just did. Hey, by the way, Kendall Jenner, you seen her commercial? She has a big commercial.
I have. She had her exes in the commercial.
Had her exes in the commercial. Yo, you know who directed that commercial?
Who?
The guy, my friend Mike Ratner, who was up at the station with us when I was doing Stay Sleeping and Ratchet Turn Up Molly. He directed
Yeah, he grew up.
Nah, he directed the Super Bowl commercial for
Shout
Kendall
to
Jenner.
Ratner. Yeah, he's
That's
been working
great.
for a long time. It's time to get to the OGs, man.
All right, let's do this.
Here we go.
I'm on the
Come on,
road. I
Rosenberg.
got to get up out of here, y'all.
Nope.
There you go. TheOrignalGurus at gmail.com. TheOrignalGurus at gmail.com. Ebro, burn some sage. Zen, zen, zen. All right, Rosenberg, who's out there? Who needs us?
The gurus. The gurus. The original gurus at gmail.com. The original gurus at gmail.com. Send your emails today. Maybe we'll get to you next week. Good morning, family. I can sit here and write how much you mean to me, but it would be a 5-page essay. Just know you're a part of my life, my routine, and I appreciate everything you do. You've gotten through many rough times. Thank you. Today, I need some help from a different area, finances. I'm 29, and as many people in this country, I just feel like I'm drowning in my finances. I have my normal career job that pays okay, around $65,000 a year, and I had to pick up a second job at a restaurant to help with the finances, as living on your own is expensive. I have limited any passive expenses like going out, eating out, buying clothes, or treat yourself items. My family has never had the strongest financial literacy, as they are immigrants who truly came here to survive and make a living. So I'm looking for any help or direction, just input. I have some credit card debt, around $3,500, and it's becoming so hard to pay off. I am also trying to build my savings. My second job has usually been to help build my savings account for any passive income. However, lately, I've been needing my second job for normal expenses and bills, and it's becoming harder and harder to save. My question for you is, in your guys' life experience, should I be focusing on paying off my credit card debt all at once, or should I just be focusing on saving for a rainy day? Or should I be doing both and slowly paying off my debt? Or should I be working more? Sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough, but I work 6 days a week, sometimes 16-hour days, and still feel like I'm not doing enough or being financially smart. I am missing out on family and friends events because of being at work and not being able to afford it. Any guidance would be really appreciated. P.S. I haven't been able to subscribe to Patreon due to my finances, but I promise I'll soon be there. So much love, a loyal listener for more than 10 years. First bit of advice, don't worry about Patreon. All right?
Right.
That's my first bit of advice. Don't stress that. We got you. We got plenty of free content. We got you.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll figure out a way to do a giveaway for Patreon, and we could give away some accounts at some point. But don't worry about that. The question, I guess,
My
first
advice,
is,
pay off your credit cards.
you think pay it off all off?
I would do that too.
Can I ask you a question?
Your credit score and your credit lines are how you get credit for other things that are good investments. That's how you get assets, right? And so having assets is how you leverage credit, which then can open up you to have more free time because you have assets that are making money, and so then you don't have to work yourself, right? So you have to have good credit and then some cash to get assets. Once you have the assets, you can leverage those assets that are making money, because it's an asset, to get more credit, and then you can use your free time because your assets are making money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. But I'm with you. I say you tackle the credit card debt first. But you should also put a little something, just a little something for a rainy day, just in case. But if you don't, you always have your credit cards to fall back on, just in case.
Can I ask you guys a credit card question? Because I've been privileged and been paid up on credit cards for a minute. Is it dumb to do the thing where if you have an interest rate on your credit card, if you find a credit card that has no interest for a year, is it dumb to do a balance transfer and get that year at no interest somewhere else and give yourself that year to pay it off?
I don't
think
that's
so.
A bad idea. It doesn't sound bad, but I don't
If
know.
you see one of those cards moving around that's like no interest at all for 1 year, the nice part about that is you could get a year.
A little bit more. You got a little bit of time, but what happens after that first year?
It's going to be
Then
terrible.
What happens to that? Well, no, but what happens to the interest rate? So you got to stay on top of that.
Well, you can't. No, you can't. It has to be that it get it done.
You got to check that
Has to be.
APR for sure.
Griff says balance transfers are good according to my financial advisor. Get one that is 18 months and check the APR.
Yeah.
So that could be useful because you feel a little bit of space there to get out of it. But it is a great feeling to get out of that debt, and it will free you up not only financially but mentally will free you up as well. Just know that at 29 years old, it's messed up. But in America, not having anything at 29 is just par for the course.
Normal.
Because we've all, let's be honest, guys, we've been tricked. The whole thing's a trick. They want us to work till we're friggin' 75 years old. Then we're supposed to get to enjoy retirement. But by that point, you're sick, you're tired.
Well, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. If your parents were not able to leave you with a little something, whatever that little something is, whether that's some sort of asset or some cash or something, if they were not capable of doing that, but what they did give you was lessons in life, access to higher education, and these other things, it's your job to take that and now get ready to build the next thing, right? It takes generations to build something in this American social experiment. It is not, I know a lot of people were promised, if I go to college, I'm going to get the job I want, and then the job I want is going to give me the salary I want, and then I'm going to buy the house, da-da-da-da. I never thought that was my path. Maybe that is because people told me because I'm from a family of minorities and black folks and feminists and activists and stuff that they was like, it ain't going to be that easy, my guy. It ain't going to be that easy. So I was prepared psychologically that it was going to take me a lot, but it doesn't mean it's not frustrating. It doesn't mean there isn't times where I'm sitting around like, yo, why is this so hard? Why is this so hard? Why was it easier seemingly for other people, or why wasn't I born into a situation where it was easier? Like, I just wasn't. And so you play the cards you're dealt, and you stay focused if you really want to have the outcomes you want. You just got to really be on it. There's no gimme.
Yeah, but I think he's on the right track. He cares, and he cares a lot. There's some people who are like, whew, oh, well, if I'm drowning in debt, they just keep going. So focus, tackle the credit card debt, and we appreciate you. And don't worry about the Patreon. We got you. So say the gurus.
Yeah. Outro music, my G.
Hit that like button.
Yeah.
Hit that like.
Man.
Oh, I spoke to Nicholas Craven about this beat.
What you say?
All good. Said loves that we're using it and told me that it's actually already out. It's on a project he did with the God Fahim from the ground up. So this is actually out on a record. So if you're looking to
for that beat.
Yeah, and shouts to Nick Craven, who's dropping a new album soon with Roscoe P. Cold Chain. He wanted me to let everybody
P,
know.
What up, my G?
So shouts to Nick Craven on this beat, man. We appreciate you. It feels right.
Listen, J. Cole album out today. Everybody's talking. Everybody's disc 29 and 39. We're about to dig into J. Cole. We'll get at that next week. Got a lot to listen to. The Super Bowl halftime, Bad Bunny, ladies and gentlemen.
We ready.
It's historic what we're seeing.
Mondays can't miss show because Monday we got Bad Bunny talk plus some J. Cole talk. Monday and Tuesday are going to be crazy next week.
Woo! We'll see y'all then.